Hello and welcome to WTNB Today. I'm your host, Wendy Benton. Thank you for joining me. I'm here today with Justin Thomas. He is the UT Extension Agent for Family and Consumer Sciences of Bradley County. And he's here to talk about physical activity and getting in shape, and what a great time. Justin, welcome.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
This is a great time of year to start this initiative.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about Bradley Walks.
So Bradley Walks is a program designed, it's Walk Across Tennessee is what it's called at the University of Tennessee. We like to personalize it, give it a little hometown touch, and so we call it Bradley Walks. And so the program is an 8-week walking program. It sounds like a lot, but it's really not. And so it's free to anybody that wants to join. One of the things we're doing with Bradley Walks this year is the Bradley County Health Council is trying to receive the Healthier Tennessee Community designation from Governor Haslam's Foundation for Health and Wellness. That's a mouthful.
Yes.
But so they're trying to receive that designation, and as part of that, they have to do 3 physical activity programs. And so we decided that this would be a really good one. It's very little work for participants. It's very easy for them. They just sign up and begin to walk. That's all they have to do. They don't have to come to any meetings. They don't have to come to any class sessions. They just sign up a team and walk. So we were excited about that.
Well, and you were telling me too that Tennessee, as far as physical activity, is like 34% of our...
Yeah, 34% is inactive. According to county health rankings, roughly 34% of Tennesseans are inactive. And so with Bradley County, I think we're 35, 36% inactivity as far as people being inactive. And so while that doesn't sound alarming because it's close to what the Tennessee average is, you begin to think about what physical inactivity does. It leads to possible diabetes, it leads to possible arthritis, it leads to possible other multiple health conditions, chronic conditions. And so what we want to do is give people a way to move more that is not restricting. There's not anything specifically they have to do, you know. It's called Bradley Walks, but they can play basketball and convert that to mileage. They can do Zumba and convert it to mileage. They can do water aerobics. They can swim laps. They can go biking. It's whatever they want to do, and it's all in essence, it's physical activity.
Well, and springtime is here and upon us. The weather is beautiful and getting warmer, and so it's a great time to start walking the greenway, like you had mentioned, just getting into that mindset of getting more physical activity into your daily routine.
Yeah, and I believe somewhere I've read that 13% of people actually do their New Year's resolution, and so that's probably a little bit high. So many people, one of the top things is to get physically fit or lose weight or something along that lines, eat healthier. So this time of year, we've probably forgotten about New Year's resolutions, so it's a great time to say, hey, I said that at the beginning of the year, so let me try this again in April. So it's a good way to kind of relaunch your New Year's resolution.
Right. Well, and I think with anything, you have to be intentional.
Yes.
And while you're doing it, it's really for longevity of life and just feeling better in general.
Yes.
On a daily basis. Now, you're targeting workplaces for the most part, and anyone can sign up.
Yes.
But you want to do this in teams.
Yes. So anybody can sign up. You can, if you have a family that you want to sign up, or you have friends or churches or community organizations, anybody can sign up. Our target is work sites. We would like work sites to get on board because we see that as a place where if we can rally in the work site and we can get healthier there, we can reduce absenteeism, we can reduce healthcare costs by the organization and by the employees due to better lifestyles. And so there's a lot of benefits that come with targeting work sites, and it's where people spend, 40, 50, 60 hours a week. And so why not target a place where we're spending a lot of our time? Why not make that a healthy environment and create something that we can do better at that place?
Exactly. Now, Justin, when you sign up online, which is bradley.tennessee.edu is the website, what do people get after registering online?
Okay, so what they want to do first is they actually want to form a team of 4 people or 8 people, not in between because that gets a little muddy. So 4 people or 8 people. Typically, if you're the one that says, hey guys, let's do this, you become the captain. Every team has to have a captain, a point of contact. So the captain's responsibility is really to register the team, and report the mileage each week, which is very simple. If you want to do that at 4 a.m., they can do that. They can knock themselves out. I'll be sleeping, but they can do it at 4 a.m. if they'd like, because it's all online, it's all automated. So they'll go online and they'll register. They'll find the Bradley Walks tab on that page you mentioned, bradley.tennessee.edu. They'll walk through that. They'll register. It's very simple. It's just 3 questions. We really want people to be creative with their team names. We give an award for team names. And so in the past, I'd transferred from Roane County, and we had done this there for 3 years. Some of the top names were like the Red Hot Chili Steppers, or Heels Yes, or the Fats and the Furious, just different creative names. And once you give us that name, we'll give you a clip art logo, or if your work site has a logo and you're using that name, we can do a few things there. But you'll register, and then I'll contact you and say, hey, thanks for registering. Each individual will need to fill out an individual registration form, and then we'll go from there. All it is they'll start walking. On April 4th is our launch day for walking, so they'll just start recording their mileage. They can do it by what they exercise on. If they intentionally exercise on the treadmill, great. If they have a Fitbit, they can track it all day long. If they have a pedometer that they're using, they can do that. So it's really very low maintenance. So it's register, do individual registration, and go.
Right. And you said mid-program, everyone receives a T-shirt.
Yes, we'll actually be at the Family Resource Day on the Greenway on April 23rd, and we'll have T-shirts ready for all the team members to come by and pick up, or captains to pick up, and they can pick that up, and we encourage them that day to take off and walk on the Greenway, get some mileage there so you can boost your team standings for the thing. And so we really want to encourage people to do that, and so we'll be doing that mid-program.
Okay, and then at the end you're going to have a banquet?
Yes, and I like to take care of people. We're not just going to serve pineapples and strawberries. We'll have a real meal, and then we'll recognize people. We'll give prizes to the top 3 teams in each category, and we're not going to give away a water bottle or a pen.
Okay.
We'll give substantial prizes. We're hoping to give some gift cards in the $50 to $75 range, hopefully, depending on sponsorship and things like that.
Okay, and if people want to register, tell them again the website's name.
bradley.tennessee.edu.
And Tennessee is spelled out.
Yes.
And you also have a Facebook page.
Yes, Bradley Walks. It's very simple. Just go up to the search bar on Facebook, type in Bradley Walks, and there we are. There'll also be links for registration there as well.
Okay, and they can like you on Facebook.
Yes.
And now, will you have postings on Facebook of different teams or things like that?
Yes, we will post things. We'll have a weekly newsletter that we send out to everyone that'll also be available on our Facebook page. And then also, we will have weekly standings. So we'll have list standings that say this team is this mileage, they're number 1, but we'll also pull up a map of the state of Tennessee, and I create a route from Bristol all the way to Memphis using the interstate system. So it's approximately 550 to 575 miles, roughly in there. And we'll use a little clip art and show everybody where they're at on the walk across Tennessee throughout the program. So they can pull up the webpage and say, hey, there's our team, we're in first, or hey, guys, there's our team, we're in last. We need to pick it up. We need to walk a little more. Let's do something here.
Well, and we want to decrease Bradley County's inactivity rate from 36% down to, what's realistic?
Realistic, what we're looking for, maybe 25 to 30%. That doesn't sound like a major decrease, but when you're talking about a population of over 100,000 people, that's a pretty significant, that's 5,000 to 7,000 people, even closer to 10,000 people that are increasing their activity level. So that's a great thing.
Right. Well, and you don't have to start out walking 5 miles a day.
Right, and you don't even have to walk as a team. Some people get confused about that concept and say, well, it's going to be hard for us to walk together. You don't have to do that. If you want to walk on the treadmill while you're watching your favorite TV show at night, do that. If you want to walk as a team, do that. If you want to walk during your lunch break, do that. You don't have to get together, all 4 of you or all 8 of you, and go walk in the Greenway or, power walking around the school. You can do it individually and just log your miles individually and then combine them as a team.
Right. But you want to hold each other accountable and
Yes.
make sure your teammates are participating.
Yes. Sometimes it's tough. You see that teammate that says, hey, I did 20 miles this week, and you're like, great, I did 8 or 9. and it's kind of like, wow, I need to get on the ball, you know, what am I
Yes.
doing? And so, especially if it's people that maybe work behind a desk, sometimes it's harder. You know, sometimes you get in your paperwork grind and then you don't take that time out to get up and stretch or get up and walk, and then you realize, hey, I've not moved a lot today. And then there are other occupations where you're walking a lot, you just didn't realize how much you were moving. You know, physical activity can be anything. It can be your work, it can be mowing the lawn, it can be gardening, it can be housework. So we want to increase the idea of thinking outside the box. This is not just walking. This is not just going to the gym. You know, whatever you do can be physical activity. I have a 3-year-old, and she likes to run around the yard, and I'll chase her, and I know that I have been physically active, and there was nothing to it other than we just had fun.
Right.
And so that can be physical activity. So we just want to open people's minds up a little bit.
But you need a way to gauge that.
Yes.
How much you've
Yes.
exercised.
And we provide conversion charts for people. So if you do any kind of aerobic activity, you can say, okay, I did 20 minutes of aerobic activity. And when we're talking about aerobic activity, we're just talking about full body motion, essentially. So if you've played basketball or done Zumba or anything of that nature, you can use those minutes that you've done that to convert that to mileage. It is a little bit more than just saying, hey, I walked, 5 miles today. It's a little bit more, a little math, but that's okay because you can convert that and say, listen, this actually does count. What I'm doing counts.
Right. Well, and I had a friend tell me one time that housework done correctly is physical exercise.
Yes,
so
indeed.
I took that to heart. I exercise almost every day. Well, Justin, thank you so much for being here today, and I know this is going to help our community, help Bradley County, and just get out there and get active, and make sure that your team signs up by April 4th to start the 8-week program for Bradley Walks at bradley.tennessee.edu, or visit them on Facebook at Bradley Walks on Facebook, like them on Facebook, and keep up with the teams as well.
Yes.
So I know we're going to do great things in Bradley County.
Yes, I'm excited.
Thank you so much for being with us today, and we will see you next time on WTNB Today.